Now, the series with the Bengals is currently led 7-5 by the Buccaneers, which means that Cincinnati are just one of 4 teams the Bucs have a current winning record against. Can you name the other 3? We'll have the answer to that one later on. Now, the 2 teams first met in the expansion season of 1976, which of course meant a shutout loss for the Buccaneers, but it did feature something quite extraordinary happening. When John Roush, the offensive coordinator, came down from the press box in the second quarter, walked across to John McKay on the sideline and told him to shove his job right there and then and quit on the spot. Only the expansion Bucs. The 1980 season opener was in Riverfront Stadium and rain fell for much of the game. There were puddles everywhere by the fourth quarter. Now, future Buck quarterback Jack Thompson started for the Bengals, but only threw for 47 yards, a net of just 16. The Buccaneer defense was in full effect that day. Now, Doug Williams twice hit Jimmy Giles for scoring passes, the last one being the game winner with under 2 minutes remaining, after an earlier field goal attempt to take the lead had been bobbled due to the wet conditions. Now, Jack Thompson, of course, went on to play for the Bucs and started against his old team in 1983, but threw 3 interceptions in a somewhat narrow loss for the 2-14 team coached by John McKay. The next time the 2 teams would meet would be in 1989 at Riverfront Stadium, when Ray Perkins took on future Buck head coach Sam Wyche. The Bucs gave up 56 points in that game, and Perkins famously gave his players 2 days off, claiming he didn't want to see them again. By then, most of the players didn't want to see him either. And then we came to 1995, when Wyche was in his full 5-2 mode, and the Bucs beat the Bengals thanks to a Michael Houston field goal inside the final 40 seconds.
And he is kicking into the wind. It's good. Unbelievable.
3 years later, in the season finale of the 1998 season in Cincinnati, the Bucs had to win to keep their playoff chances alive, and they did so with a 35-0 shutout victory against a Bengals team that had 1 foot already on their planes home. Now, this game did feature 3 touchdowns by Mike Allstott, one of which came with 5 minutes left and cost me a fantasy league title. And I'm not still bitter about it, honestly.
Third and a long yard for the Bucs for first down here. Play action, deep. A lot of time for Dilfer, and he's got a man open. Robbie Thomas. Thomas, touchdown. Rob Thomas.
In 2002, the Bucs once again scored 35 unanswered points on the Bengals. This time, it was Shelton Qualls with a highlight reel play.
Go with 3 wide receivers out of the shotgun. Keely Smith under pressure. Gave it away to Shelton Qualls, and he's headed for the end zone. Touchdown!
The 2006 game saw the 0-4 Buccaneers get their first win of the season in really dramatic circumstances. It looked like Michael Clayton had first scored the winning touchdown, then fumbled it in the end zone. But fortunately, Johnny Greer and the replay team came to the Buccaneers' salvation.
It's Crawford. Oh, he dropped it to Clayton, get across. There's been no signal. Incomplete pass. Michael Clayton had it and dropped it. It is incomplete.
After reviewing the play, the receiver had control, 2 feet down, and extended in for the score.
And the 2010 Buccaneers had some pretty dramatic victories as well, none more so than the win over the Bengals on the road. Josh Freeman found Mike Williams for the tying touchdown inside the final 2 minutes, and then after an interception by Sabby Piscatelli, the Bucs had another late drive and Connor Barth won it with 1 second remaining.
To the end zone to Williams. Jump ball, and that is a touchdown. Williams able to take it away in traffic, and now a point after away from making it a 21-all game.
The last 2 games have seen victories for the Bengals, including a game in 2018 when Ryan Fitzpatrick replaced Jameis Winston after he'd thrown 4 interceptions. The Bucs mounted a furious fourth quarter comeback, racked up nearly 600 yards of offense, but lost on a last-second field goal. Now, the answer to our trivia question, the other 3 teams the Bucs have a winning record against: Atlanta, Buffalo, and Miami. How many of those did you get right? And you can look back at all of those games, as well as all of the previous matchups with the Bengals, at the best Buccaneer website in the world, buckpower.com. Every player, every game, everything Bucks.